Do you understand how serious it is if you get an OWI 4th, because it's going from a misdemeanor to a class H felony, and then you lose your privilege to operate a motor vehicle for life. I'm going to tell you, not a lot of people heed my advice or heed my statements that I make, and it's unfortunate because it is such a drastic change in the sentence from the We will go on the record in the matter 24 CF 176, 24 TR 741 and 742. State of Wisconsin versus Rebecca Almondinger. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. Ms. Almondinger appears in person with her counsel, Bruce Anderson. We're set today in this matter for a plea and sentencing. I have confirmation that Ms. Almondinger has completed our IDIP program and has sat 48 consecutive hours. Is that accurate, Mr. Anderson?
It is.
All right. So we've reached an agreement. Can you please recite the agreement for the record?
Ms. Almondinger will enter a plea of either guilty or no contest at the court's discretion to count 1 of the criminal complaint against her in 24 CF 176, which will be the operating motor vehicle while intoxicated 4th offense. The other counts will be read in and dismissed, as well as the 2 traffic citations. As she completed the IDIP program, I anticipate the court sentencing her in accordance with the guidelines. There is $1,500 of bond. Was that discussed with you?
And what you wanted to do with it? At the last hearing, I went over whether or not you wanted to complete that and do that as community service, or you do have the option to convert that to additional jail days at your expense. For 1 day, it's 8 hours of community service that would be knocked off. Therefore, it would be 29 additional days.
I guess I would like to do the community service.
Be completed before the end of your sentence.
Okay.
Okay?
How many hours?
225.
So. How many days?
That would be 29 days.
Oh,
Well, 28 if you actually work and do that. It's 28.1. However, the court rounds up.
Okay, so like basically
29 more days.
29 8-hour days of community service would
Correct.
need to be completed.
Before the end of your sentence.
Or you could take roughly 30 days of additional.
Or it would add, no. So 29 times 25, that would be an additional $725.
8 hours a day. 30 days. You're more than that, don't
Yeah. I think that I should probably just do the extra 30 days because I don't, with my license being revoked and stuff, I don't know how I would be getting.
And I am totally fine with that. Just for the record, it's an additional 29 days. I know
Okay.
that give or take, it doesn't really matter to you probably, but I do have to do it precisely. And that's fine with me. Quite honestly, either way, the county is getting a benefit from that because you have additional confinement days, plus that additional money that you would be paying for the monitor does go back into the county for resources like the ability to continue to offer a monitor to others. So, okay. All right. Do I have a plea questionnaire waiver of rights form?
Yes, and I'm having her sign the addendum right now. I forgot that first.
That's okay. I do have in front of me the plea questionnaire waiver of rights form. Do you recognize this document?
Yes,
Is that the document in front of you?
yes,
And so you are pleading guilty to OWI 4th. You're 43 years old. You have 12 years of schooling. You can read, write, you understand the English language. Is that correct?
yes,
You do suffer from bouts of depression, but do you take medications for that?
yes,
And so did you take them as prescribed?
yes,
And with that and or your medications, do they put you in any type of condition where you may not be able to understand or comprehend what's going on?
No.
So today you fully understand and comprehend?
Yes.
Okay. Did your attorney thoroughly go over with you what the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
Okay. And so did he also go over the mandatory minimums as well as the potential maximums that you face?
Yes.
Because you're charged with crimes, you are entitled to constitutional rights, and each of those rights is listed on the first page of that plea questionnaire. Did your attorney thoroughly go over those rights with you?
Yes.
Do you understand them completely?
Yes.
Do you need me to go over those rights with you in any more detail?
No.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving and giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you approve? On or around July 20th, 2024, in Burnett County, Wisconsin, you operated a motor vehicle while on a highway or roadway of this county and state while under the influence of an intoxicant.
Yes.
And so you understand what they would have to prove?
Yes.
You understand the minimum potential possibility could be, you could be fined not less than $600 or imprisoned for not less than 60 days. But there could be a maximum possible penalty of up to $10,000 or imprisonment of up to 6 years of incarceration or both.
Yes.
You further understand that you did complete the IDIP program, which would have certain privileges, such as a lesser sentence, as well as the ability to argue to the court to have any house arrest and be on monitor.
Yes.
You understand? I'm not bound to follow any of that, even though you completed the program. You understand?
Yes.
So I could sentence you all the way up to that maximum possible penalty if I thought it was warranted. Do you understand? Promises to you for you to plead guilty to this charge?
No.
You're doing so freely and intelligently. That means you're telling the court you fully understand what you're doing
Yes.
and voluntarily.
Yes.
Has your attorney represented you competently?
Yes.
Has he answered all of your questions?
Yes.
Has he looked at this matter thoroughly?
Yes.
Has he discussed with you all of the evidence and the discovery that he has received?
Yes.
Has he talked to you about a potential for any legal defenses or a lack of defenses? Like if this were to go to trial, did he say, well, we could argue this and this could come into play, or sorry, I don't find that you have any defenses?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes.
Any questions for the court or for your attorney before I proceed?
No, ma'am.
Then as to count 1, OWI 4th in 24 CF 176 and H felony, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Court will find your plea of guilt is done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. I'm going to find that you understand your constitutional rights and what it means to waive and give up those rights. I'm going to find a factual basis to accept your plea of guilt. Based on that, I will find you guilty of count 1. Count 2 will be dismissed and merged in with count 1. The other TR matters will also be dismissed and read in. A judgment of conviction will be entered today. Argument and sentencing recommendation, Mr. Vila.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think this sentence accomplishes the goal by letting the public know that driving under the influence will be taken seriously and that some of these offenses can carry harsh penalties. I also believe that the need to protect the public here will be accomplished since her driving privileges will be revoked. As such, I would ask the court to adopt the joint recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Anderson.
I think Mr. Villa has actually correctly set forth the joint recommendation as well as the IDIP purpose as well as the guidelines. I'm thinking that Becky has realized the seriousness of this. She now has a felony record with nothing else on her life history other than alcohol-related offenses, and it's landed here now. She's still got work ahead of her to make sure she complies with the monitor program and does whatever is required of her through that program. So With that said, I believe,
Focus on the positive of it, that that I'm learning and growing because of it.
I appreciate that, Ms. Almondinger. This is a more serious charge. People, I'm going to tell you, I have people that have come in front of me for OWI thirds, and I tell them, I try and say, hey, do you understand how serious it is if you get an OWI fourth, because it's going from a misdemeanor to a class H felony, and then you lose your privilege to operate a motor vehicle for life. I'm going to tell you, not a lot of people heed my advice or heed my statements that I make, and it's unfortunate because it is such a drastic change in the sentence from the misdemeanor OWI third to the H felony OWI fourth and the mandatory lifetime revocation of driver's license. I'm going to be honest, Ms. Almondinger, I like you. I like you. I liked hearing your testimony for the collateral attack hearing that we've had. I believe that you are an intelligent woman, back riding or making a craft or doing something like that, going for a walk. Instead, you reach for the bottle of wine or beer or whatever your choice is. It really is unfortunate because this is such a severe sentence, and it does impact not only you, your children, your significant other family and friends, because now for the rest of your life, you have to rely upon others to bring you places or to go places or to visit. It's a serious, serious implication, and it's a serious ramification for somebody's conduct. And I wish for you that you would have understood that and reflected harder upon these consequences prior to getting into the vehicle on July 20th, 2024. As a judge, it's my job to sentence an individual and sentence in accordance to at least the parameters that I am mandated to sentence. And here it's the OWI fourth. I had mandatory prison, a year and a half in prison, not jail, not the ability to have a monitor and be under house arrest, prison. Please think extremely careful. Think twice, think 3 times, think 4 times before you get behind a wheel if you've been drinking. And I know you're not going to drink because, or you're not going to drive because I'm revoking your driver's license. But I'm going to tell you, I see multiple people who do it anyway, and it's an operating after revocation. Please don't do that. Please don't drive. But please think harder before you get behind any wheel if you've had any intoxicants, okay? Because that's going to be a harder time for you and your family. So you've completed the IDIP program, you've done what you needed to do, and hopefully you've learned a lot of things. Hopefully you've learned that you can't use alcohol as a crutch. It will only destroy you. Hopefully you've learned that you are a good person, you deserve to have a good life, and that if you are suffering, that the court is going to follow the recommendations as it relates to the IDIP program. I'm going to admit that when I gave you the information about the community service and the fines and whatnot, I looked a step higher in the 0.2 to 0.249 range. So I'm going to abide by that because that's what I told you. I'm not going to do the harsher one of 0.25 or above. So I'm going to sentence you and fine you $2,543 in fines and fees, plus a $10 blood draw, 165 days in custody but for the 225 hours of community service converted over, plus you had 2 additional jails, 2 days, and with 16 additional hours of community service. So I will sentence you to 192 days of jail. You won't need to get your OWI assessment or follow through. I don't know if the legislature still requires me to order that, but you are revoked for life for your driver's license.
What did you say about the assessment?
With every OWI, I'm supposed to order an OWI assessment paid. I'll give you a little bit of time to be able to cover the electronic monitor because I'm going to guess that Mr. Anderson is going to argue for that. So I will say June will be your first payment for fines and fees. So you pay the clerk up here. If you can pay it off sooner, do so, because if you miss a payment or you don't pay this back, not only will I enter a civil judgment against you because you're always going to owe it, I will issue a warrant and you could sit up to 6 months in jail. Okay? Because that's a part of the sentence as well. And with me giving you the incorrect information in the beginning, you're already getting a significant benefit.
Okay.
You have 20 days to appeal. Should you fail to appeal within 20 days, you do lose that right. I do need your DNA. So what you're going to do is when you're done here, you're going to exit the building, go all the way around to the back of the building to day reporting for the jail. You're going to provide your DNA. In a case like this, with this felony, I'm not sure, but you may be able to have it expunged through the system, through a written of justice, not to this court, to the Department of Justice. Even if you gave your DNA before, I still have to order it.
No objection, Your Honor.
So I will grant you the ability to serve your jail time by monitor. You must be hooked up today. And you have to pay at least 30 days in advance. All right. You'll go probably meet Dave Hatch and he'll get that all set up. I am going to tell you that if there is any violation on the monitor, you will be told that you're immediately revoked and you must go report to the jail to serve the rest of your sentence. No good time, no Huber if you're revoked. Okay. When you're on the monitor, it's house arrest. You may go to work. You may go to do community service if you have other things that you want to do or just engage like that. You may go to the doctor. You may go to church, having alcohol or something like that. Because if that goes off and it sets that there is alcohol, I accidentally dropped a bottle of alcohol on the thing and it set it off. I wasn't drinking. I don't take excuses. You will be told to immediately report to jail and serve the rest of your time. Again, no good time or Huber. Do you understand?
I do construction. Like when you say gasoline, you mean just not get it on it?
I'm going to guess it has to be poured on it.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how sensitive these ones are versus our old ones. So that might be a question for Mr. Hatch or Tessa Anderson. Okay. All right. Anything further? So what you must do right now is you must go immediately report, go to the jail, give your DNA, and Mr. Hatch will be there to hook you up. You cannot leave until you're hooked up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. We are.
Rebecca Almondinger's 4th OWI turned a serious pattern of drinking and driving into a felony with lifelong consequences. The judge imposed 192 days of jail, allowed her to serve that time on electronic monitoring, and revoked her driver's license for life. One violation of the monitor could send her straight back to jail. This case is a powerful reminder that repeated impaired driving can permanently change a person's life.